Hello everyone watching this video. I want to make this very straightforward, so without further ado, let's start. Some of you might know me as display scaling guy from Freety's video about display scaling. So today I'm gonna show you how to get display scaling in Valorant and any other game on AMD GPU. So the first thing you want to do is get yourself a program called Custom Resolution Utility. The link is down in the description. After you get Custom Resolution Utility, make sure you have drivers for your GPU. I mean, if you don't have the drivers installed for some reason, a link will be down in the description. You might ask yourself, what is the difference between GPU and display scaling? Well, long story short, if you're using GPU scaling, your GPU will scale every single resolution and display it on your monitor, but that will cause some input lag and it will hurt your image quality because it will not be as sharp as it could be. But when you use display scaling, you're letting your monitor do all the scaling with no input lag whatsoever, while your image quality will stay crystal clear. So that means your GPU is free to pump out all those juicy frames you need for the competitive gameplay. Alright, so the first thing you want to do when you have everything set up is open up the folder that you get with Custom Resolution Utility and let's get started. So the first thing you're gonna see when you open up your Custom Resolution Utility is a similar window like this. So this is gonna be heavily dependent on your monitor that you have. So if you have 144 Hz or 240 Hz monitors, it's gonna be really similar to this. But if you have 60 Hz monitor, you're probably only gonna have 60 Hz resolution here and something over here. This will be empty most probably on a 60 Hz monitor, but that doesn't matter. So what you want to do is you need to have only few resolutions here in detail and you need to remove every single other. So for 144 Hz monitor you need to do this, or 240 Hz, doesn't matter, it's the same principle. So you need to remove every single established resolution, so you remove this. Standard resolutions are not needed, so you can remove every single one of them. In detailed resolutions, if you have 60 Hz monitor, leave this be, don't touch it. And if you have 144 Hz or more, you don't need this, so you can remove it. Now you will have extension block on gaming monitors and on some 60 Hz monitors. So if you go to edit, you're gonna see all the resolutions it has. Now you need to copy your native resolution. For me it's 1080p 144 Hz. So I go to edit, I go to copy, and then I just paste that resolution here in the detailed resolutions. That's it. Now you don't need the extension block, you can remove it. You only need to have your native resolution stated in here. That's the only thing you need to have for AMD. Now you can press OK, and you need to run restart 64. If you're running 32-bit Windows in 2020 for some reason, run the restart, but I would heavily suggest you upgrade your PC then. So I'll be right back when I restart the GPU. So okay, the first thing you're gonna see when you restart your GPU is gonna be this window, graphic driver restarted. If for some reason you did something bad and your display is not displaying any image whatsoever, you can press F8 and it's gonna bring back the default settings. So you don't have to worry about it. If you did this, you can exit. If you see the image, you can freely exit, it doesn't matter. So now we have the display scaling set up, but we have few extra steps that we need to do in order to make sure it works. So you need to open up your AMD control panel. If you open it up for the first time, this is probably the first window you're gonna see. Now you need to go to these options over here and you need to go to display settings. Now you need to make sure that GPU scaling is off. In this instance it's on for some reason, so we're just gonna turn it off. After you turn off the GPU scaling, set the scaling mode to center. When you have this set to center, then we're gonna know if we're using display scaling or GPU, because if you open up a game at, let's say, 720p resolution, the game is gonna be centered in your screen. You're gonna have black bars all around, and if it's display scaled, it's probably gonna stretch to your monitor, or you're just gonna have horizontal black bars, but you can change that on your monitor settings. So how do we make custom resolutions for games to run? So you have to go to custom resolutions here and you make your own resolutions. So I personally play Valorant at 1600 by 900, so I'm just gonna remake this resolution. So what you wanna do If you're opening this up for the first time, you're gonna have some prompt like this: read and accept the EULA. You can just accept it, you don't have to read it. So then you can create your resolutions. When you go create new, you set your resolution to desired width and height, doesn't matter. Your refresh rate, leave it at your native refresh rate. If you have 60 Hz monitor, you can perhaps try pumping it up to 75 or more, but there's no need, honestly. And for the timing standards, make sure you're using CVT. You can use CVT reduced blanking, but some games don't utilize your GPU when you do this, and you have extreme stutters. So it could be game related, but it could be drivers related too, I'm not sure. So we're just gonna use the normal CVT mode, and presentation needs to be progressive. This always needs to be progressive. Then you can click create. There we go. Now when your resolution is created, that's all you had to do. Now if we get inside the game, we'll see that our monitor is displaying the same resolution. So I'm gonna turn on the game now and change my OBS to game capture so I can show you how it looks in game, and I'm gonna record with my camera how it shows on my monitor. So I'll be right back. So when you get inside your game, it's gonna look something like this. So you go to your options, settings, video. So this is where you set up your resolution. So just change it to your wished resolution. Like I said, I use 1600 by 900. So after you do that, in order to make sure this works, since we set it to centered in the AMD control panel, if your image is stretched all the way to your monitor, that means it's working fine. And the other way around, you can check it, is by opening up your monitor on-screen display, which I'm gonna do right now. Open up your monitor on-screen display, and you need to find the information panel, and when you open it, it should display the same resolution like you're in the game. So if you're using 1600 by 900, your monitor needs to display that resolution. If this here says 1080p, that means your GPU scaled and you didn't do something good. So rewatch the video, redo the steps, and hopefully you succeed. So that would be it for this display scaling video. I hope it somehow helped you, and I hope you actually managed to make the display scaling work. So good luck in your games and have fun. See ya.